Hey! So, Ink Master is coming back again. It doesn't seem like it's been that long. I think it might seem longer if, well, actually, it hasn't been that long, but they did have the spin-off in between, and they're also bringing back artists from the season that just ended, which I'm not very fond of when they do that, but they're doing it. So, I figured, why not just give a little recap through all the seasons, including the spin-offs. I did on my blog before, the last time Ink Master came back for the 9th season, when it was, I believe it was Peck versus Nunez, when I did a post about it. And then I also did a first impression for when they were doing, which one? Anyway, I'll link those down below. I did too. I feel like when I did the first impression, I probably should have done like an overview recap once the season ended. I didn't do that, so I'll probably do that with this once the new season starts. Because I started watching the second season, and then I went back and watched the first season, and then since the third, me and my dad watched all the seasons together. That's like our thing. I don't know if we'd probably still watch them all if we didn't watch them together. And also the spin-offs we do. Sometimes we don't watch the spin-offs as soon as they air, just because. But I do normally, I live tweet all of them. Sometimes you won't see a tweet from me because I just either haven't tweeted or I didn't watch it live that night. Maybe I was working, maybe you just didn't watch it. Who knows? But yeah, so just gonna go through all the seasons. Now, it's obviously changed the formatting. There are 12 seasons, 13th is coming, 3 spin-offs. So yeah, 12 seasons, 13 coming, 3 spin-offs. I don't have a favorite season. I do know the 4th season, I didn't watch all of the 4th season. I skipped a few episodes because that's like when they were like really pushing the drama aspect, because like in the preview you saw Kyle getting in a fight with Chris, and I was like, I don't want to see that, because I like Kyle in the 3rd season. He seemed really cool, and then in the 4th they brought him back just to have an anger problem. It's like, I don't want to watch that, so I didn't really watch all of it. Also the 4th season is the season with God. So if you haven't seen Ink Master and you're just watching this because you just decided, oh, talk about Ink Master, it's judged by Oliver Peck, who is known for traditional, Chris Nunez, who is known for Japanese, and Dave Navarro, who is a public figure with a lot of tattoos, who's known for the guitar. So the show started airing in 2012. I'm just going to go through the top 3 of all of the seasons, and if I had a personal pick or not. Sometimes I feel like in the finale they judge off the whole body of work. Sometimes I feel like they're judging more so off the top 3 or final 3, which is like, yeah, I get it. So I feel like the longer Ink Master has been on, the less Ink Master it's about, because in my opinion, to be a master, that means like you have all of your fundamentals, you're 100% on your foundations, all the styles. I get, certain regions are more popular doing one thing, so you're obviously gonna do more one thing than another if you live in that area, but you should at least know what it is. You should know the rules. You should be able to draw it. Even if you're using a reference photo, you should be able to draw it. And sometimes people come on the show and they're like, I don't know what that is. I've never done that before. I've only been tattooing for 2 years. Like, okay, so what? you knew about the show more than 2 years ago, or maybe you didn't, but the title Master should tell you that you need to know every style, or at least the fundamentals of every style, so that when you're asked to do it, you can do it. Because it's always a surprise when Japanese Day comes up and someone's like, fuck, I've never done Japanese. I don't know, like it just has so many rules and I'm over my head. You knew it was coming, so I don't get it, but okay. Anyway, so I feel like for the tattoo artists, when they're screening, I don't know what their screening process is. I probably should have like DM one of the artists to see if they would tell me. I feel like they should at least have to submit a line drawing for every style, because I get, certain states you don't really want to, there isn't a lot of variety, but like at least a line drawing so like that they can do it. I mean, preferably submitting a tattoo, but again, yeah, for sure. I don't know what the submission process is. I think, and the human canvas process, I looked it up online like a few years ago, because I mean, I wouldn't do it. Just I can't be that trusting, especially because there's several artists on like different seasons that like their goal when they hand out the canvases is to fuck over the artist, which means you're gonna fuck over the client, and I don't appreciate that. So there's that. Um, but yeah, canvases I think should be screened a little better, because if you're looking for a first time tattooer person, like I get that, but if you're looking for specific things, tell people like, hey, these roles are filled. We need a person who's able to get a tattoo for this. The canvases should know, like, you don't have that much say in your tattoo. So if you want to be picky, either pick a different kind of tattoo you want or don't apply, because either you're going to end up with a bad tattoo, you're going to end up with a tattoo you don't want, or you're going to end up with a tattoo that you like, or a tattoo, it's great, but now you want to change it, or, this and that. And it's honestly just like really annoying when the canvases go on and they're like, oh, I want this like 12-hour tattoo in this 6-hour time frame that you're given, as if they had never seen the show. Because I'm sure they have. I'm sure there's some people that are like, oh, just trying to find a way to get a free tattoo, in which case they don't need to be so picky. But I mean, it is their body. It is forever. Tattoo removal is costly and a lot. I'm actually in the process of removing like a few things off of my back so I can fill the whole thing. And yeah. So with all of that out of the way, let's go through the final 3 of everybody. I'm not sure on this editing software if I can like include pictures or not. Haven't tried it out. I'll try. If not, sorry, you can Google it. So show started in 2012. Season 1, top 3 was Shane, Tommy, and James. After watching this season, I was actually rooting for Tommy, but Tommy ended up getting was it Tattoo Nightmares show, and later on Clint ended up doing it, and I like seeing both of them on those. Those are really cool. And yeah, I think it'd actually be cool. I think it'd be cool because like obviously they like bringing back people who have been on the show prior. If there was a season like where all of the Ink Masters were open to coming back and doing it, that would be really cool. If there was a season, I like the mentor season, but it was a little. She was a little more mentory. Like I don't know how to describe it. I personally preferred the Peck versus Nunez teams, having them be the mentors as opposed to having the Ink Masters come in and be the mentors, even though I actually did like that as well. I didn't like the one where I didn't really care for the teams when they kept bringing in like a new mentor every week. Like it was fine, but I feel like because just the dynamic of it, especially since it was like, battle of the sexes, and then they, have the opposite sex coach, and it's like you could tell like some of these artists didn't respect the Ink Masters that were coming in and trying to give their opinion, or not so respect, but just were like, I can do it, because there's always somebody that's like too cocky on the show. But yeah, so season 2 was Steve, Sarah, and Sebastian. Steve won. I do think Steve. I was rooting between Steve and Sarah. Sarah is so intense, but I absolutely love her, and she knows her shit. So Sebastian, I'm not that not fond of Sebastian because of his, you know, remark about going a little slower. And he's like, you know, you don't necessarily have to cause more trauma about that. Like, um, that's still not cool. But yeah, there's that. Season 3, Joey, Jimmy, and Tattoo Baby. Honestly, I did think it was gonna be between Jimmy and Joey. I don't think I had a preference that season over who won, but I did think it was gonna be between those two. Personally, I like Jimmy over Joey. I also love Tattoo Baby. Season 4 was Scott, Sausage, and Maddie. I don't remember if you mentioned why his nickname is Sausage, but I want to know. Unfortunately, Scott has passed away, so rest in peace. That's just sad. This is the season I didn't watch the entirety of, or I think I just skipped maybe like 2 or 3 episodes actually. Actually, no, I'm sure I skipped more episodes than that. But actually, I feel like I was going between Scott and Maddie. But I can't remember. They were all really good. Season 5 was Jason, Clean, and Eric. Jason won this season. Jason reminds me of Smokey the Bear. Not like the old version, but you know, like the new animated version where it's like all touched up and you just see him like that in the circle of whatever it says of the forest. That's what he reminds me of. Yeah, Jason's really cool. Clean is also really cool. Eric, so I actually got tattooed at Clean's shop in Vegas. I got a picture with him. He was there that day when I went, and I got tattooed by somebody else. But it's definitely a dude shop, but it's on the strip, and like it's fine. Everybody was really friendly, and it was pretty cool. Season 6, Dave, Chris, and Matt. I didn't have a preference that season, I don't think. Dave won. Dave Cruzman. Sorry. Leaving out last names. Yeah. I can't remember having a preference. Honestly, some of these people, I know them by their face and not their name. Sorry. As I'm sure some of you do too. Season 7 was Anthony Michaels Clean and Christian Buckingham. Anthony won this season. I think Christian is hilarious. I do think Anthony is really good. I do think sometimes, because he's come back like a couple times, he's very timid is not the word, but he's just very chill. And so like when he like competing wise, he's not necessarily gonna like swing for the fences, but like it's always gonna be good no matter what it is. So season 8, Ryan Ashley, Giancarlo, Ryan Ashley, Giancarlo, and Kelly Doty. I'm sorry, Kelly. I love Kelly. She's adorable. I just love her vibe. Ryan Ashley, I absolutely love her style of tattooing. And Gian was so freaking awesome. I didn't really have a preference this season either way. I would have been happy with whoever won. I do think they were like veering towards having a female winner. And I do think Ryan fits the bill. Next season was the season of the shop. So Old Town Inc., which is Bubba and DJ, Black Cobra, which is Matt and Katie, and Basilica, which is Christian and Nolan. This is also the season where Clean was back with Aaron and they got eliminated for the Buddha thumbs, which is how they are on the statue. So like that was a really bullshit way to get cut. But you know, I'm not mad at the winners. DJ and Bubba did really great. And Bubba, like everyone's like, DJ carries Bubba. Bubba's a really good artist. And next season, season 10, was Josh Payne, Juan Salgado, and Rolly T-Rex. Josh is funny. Josh is freaking hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. I think I probably was rooting for Josh to win, honestly. 11 was Tony Medellin, Tej Pool, and Rolly T-Rex. Tony won. Tej, I remember Tej. Rolly, I don't recognize that. I didn't have a favorite that season, I'm guessing. In season 12, Laura Marie, Danny Ryan, and Creepy Jason. This is also one of those seasons. They're like, oh yeah. This season, I feel like they were judging like overall body of work. I think on overall body, Laura over Danny. I do think for final pieces, Danny's was better than Laura's. Why is his nickname Creepy Jason? I just really want to know that. But yeah, Laura actually was really good. There's like Battle of the Sexes season was kind of annoying. Like it wasn't terrible or anything. It was a little annoying. I would actually really love to see Chris and Oliver as mentors again. I enjoyed those seasons the most. Well, not the most. I enjoyed Chris and Oliver doing the mentoring, and I also liked when they were doing the blind judging and then finding out who it was afterwards. I don't know if it was actually blind, but I do feel sometimes judging becomes a little biased, particularly when they know who it is. So there's that. And then the spin-offs. Redemption came first, which is just hosted by David Morrow, and it's like all the artists that fucked up come back, and they always bring up like the angriest of angry canvases, and it's like sometimes they have a right to be angry because, like I said, during the skull picks, artists fuck each other over, which I don't like. I feel like the judges should always hand out skull picks, no matter who wins a flash challenge or whatever. I also think flash challenges should be a little less grandiose and a little more on like drawing and tattooing. Obviously still art because it's art, but a little more focused towards tattooing. I'd also like to see them talk less in between. I'm not interested in their drama. I'm not that interested in their drama. There's like a little bit of interest just because sometimes it's just like, why on earth do you think that? Or sometimes it's just funny. But I don't want to see so much of it. Especially, I also don't want to hear them back talking when the judges are critiquing their work because you signed up to be critiqued. Just listen and apply it. Like I'm sure you want to stick up for your own stuff, but time and place. Don't need to throw everybody under the bus all the time. Like, just let it go. And I'm not new to critiques. Like, I know what critiques are. I've done athletics, dance, theater. There's always a critique. I'm not new to it. I know sometimes it's painful, but deal with it. You'll be fine. Next came Angels, which was all the angels from the season when it was like, when the girls like were really dominating with Ryan Ashley, Kelly Doty, Nikki Simpson, and Gia Rose. This season, not the Angels, but that season, that was the season with the teams with Oliver and Chris. Chris should have put Alicia Bow on his team. I was really upset that he didn't, but he did what he did. So, back to Angels. I liked the idea of it. I didn't like how I didn't really care for them bringing in I did and didn't care for them bringing in a new past Ink Master every time unless they were going to consistently do that throughout the whole season. But Gia ended up having a medical emergency and she had to leave. However, I also this sounds really mean, but I didn't really think Gia needed to be there. Just between the four top women, because she was up there with them, I don't feel I don't feel like it quite compared. I know they were like, the angels, that was them, that was their group, and so she was in there, and I really like that. But it didn't feel like she held as much weight as the other three women when it came to having their own spinoff. And then she also got sick, and so people were just, there's enough room for people to speculate as to why, even though it was a medical emergency, and she had to go and take care of herself. Next is Grudge Match with Ryan Ashley, Clean Rock One, and DJ Tambi. Sorry. Grudge Match, I don't know. It's cool, and it's like, in theory it's entertaining, but some of these people have a grudge with the wrong person, and when they automatically come in with like the animosity, I'm sure that might be just something they're supposed to do, but like it's just like also they only do two tattoos, so if you win one and they win the other, that's a there's no deal breaker, so you didn't really win your grudge match. There's that. But also, judging wise, I feel like Ryan is awfully biased in grudge match, and which is like, it's kind of upsetting because I like Ryan. In Master Angels, I liked Ryan too. And when she came on for the Battle of the Sexes and was working with one of the teams, I liked her there too. But then here in grudge match, it's just like there's a little bit more bias. At least that's how it seems. Like it may not be, but she seems rather biased, more biased than Clean and DJ, which also sometimes seem a little bit biased, not very much. So this upcoming season, East, West, North, South, from the East Coast. I'm from East Coast. I'm from Maryland, not Baltimore. That's not the only place in Maryland. Just so you know. Andrew Hicks from New York. Specialties black and gray. Emic. So sorry, not sure. And Jessa Bigelow from New Jersey. Specialties neo-traditional. And Kayla Norris Sinner from Salem, Massachusetts. Specialty neo-traditional. And Jimmy Snaz from Boston, specialty neo-traditional. Veteran placement, season 11, 10th place. I don't remember you, I'm so sorry. From the South, Boston. I've never considered Boston the East Coast. I have no idea why. I have a globe downstairs. I should be looking at it right now. Yeah. So from the South, Jordi Alejandro Pla from Florida. Specialties realism. Money Mike Thornton, hometown Baton Rouge. Specialties black and gray. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Michelle Elise, hometown Plano, Texas. I've been to Plano. Actually, no. There's an area in Dallas called Plano. That's where I was. Specialty black and gray. Patrick Flynn, hometown Asheville, North Carolina. Specialty color realism. Jason Elliott, hometown College Station, Texas. Specialty surrealism. Veteran placement, season 10, 4th place. don't remember either. From the Midwest, Jake Parsons, hometown Denver, Colorado, specialty new school. Jarrell Larkins, hometown Greenlee, Colorado, specialty black and gray. Jordan Allred, hometown Boise, Idaho, specialty fine line. Kelly Severtson, hometown Chicago, Illinois, specialty new school. Frank Reddy, hometown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, specialty color realism, veteran placement 10th season, 8th place. You know, was this one? Oh, that was the Midwest. Did I tell you so? Or did I already get to Midwest? From the West, how many different places are there? Anyways, West is Hiram Casas from Las Vegas, New York, specialty black and gray. Arlene Salinas, hometown Los Angeles, California, specialty black and gray. Hometown Raul Ugarte, not sure. Roseville, California, black and gray. Bob Jones, hometown Portland, Oregon, specialty new school, biomechanical. Angel Rose, hometown Los Angeles, California, specialty black and gray, veteran placement, season 11, 11th place. So yeah, from seasons 10 and 11. So they're not from the last season, but still pretty fresh. Can't say I'm looking forward to seeing them. Not looking forward to seeing them. I hope they do better than they did in their season. Wishing them luck. Wishing everybody luck. I don't know, for some reason I feel like, I don't know why I feel like their geography's off. It might just be me. Like I said, I have a globe downstairs. I'll take a look at it and see. Probably not going to update you if I was wrong. You can look up a map yourself. But yeah, first episode is on the 7th, so gonna be looking forward to that. Hopefully I'm not working that day, so I can be watching. I will be live tweeting like I always do, be watching with my dad like I always do. I think I'll do a first impressions for it. It'll be on the blog rather than on a video, just like how I did the other two. I'll leave a link to my other two posts that I did about Ink Master previously in the description box below. And this time I will actually do a follow-up, like once the season has ended. I really hope the season's different, but I don't think it will be. So hopefully the season that comes after this, because I don't see Ink Master stopping. It's probably gonna be one of those shows that just continues, and I'd like to see it continue. Like I like watching it. It's fun. I just, have those few gripes that I have. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Sorry I don't know if I put pictures in or not. We'll see.